Hey, sorry, it is running a bit late tonight, so with no further buggering about, let's get straight into Vagrant Story. Oh, where did I move it to? Oh, did I move the BIOS? Bear with me. I need to know where I need to work out where I put the BIOS. It's around here somewhere. Config. BIOS. Select. Yeah. That should work. Bingo. We have life. Right, we need to switch analog on. Which button is that? Definitely want the frame limit on. Analog on. Cool. Here we are. Just to let people know, I will be using save states on this because it's doable without, but I'm not. Why make life more difficult than it needs to be? Blimey, that is loud. Right, that's better. Hands down, the best JRPG I've played ever. This is a cracking game. As long as you can cope with its eccentricities that were forced on it by basically... Oh, hello. And straight out the box, we have got problems. So... And where's that volume coming from? It's not from that one. It's not from that one. Is it coming from? Yeah, might be. Damn it all. Okay. Yes, I will have to restart that because the controller is playing around a bit. I can't remember if it's direct input or X input I need. It's the dual shocks though, that much I do remember. So we will go for that. And for those wondering, yes, I do own the game. In fact, I own it twice over on CD. And on the PS Store as well, I owned it 3 times over actually. Obviously this is being run on an emulator, so there will be graphical glitches like you will see on the main menu. And yes, I could skip this bit, but might as well pop it back on again. I mean, why not? I'm kind of tempted to get a small version of that hat on my other shoulder. I don't know. The bloodstain would be kind of cool. Controller's working a lot better. Excellent. Right. For those who don't know Vagrant Story, welcome to its first eccentricity. There's an entire intro to this game. And the first part is hidden in the screensaver for the main menu. And if you don't know this, you will have missed out on the first part of the story every time you've played this. So, first part of the intro coming up on the screensaver in a moment. The second part, you think, is finished. You reach a part where you think, oh, that's it, finished. You'll hit the start button. Don't. You've just missed about half the rest of the intro. So, intros are a little weird on this game. Brilliant, though, if you've got the patience for it. And this is part of what makes this game so well. You've got to figure these things out for yourself. Or find somebody else who's figured it out. So obviously this is a screensaver. If I hit any button, bam, we're straight back into the menu. So, you can't hide the text on this. And the localization on this is outstanding. It is what makes this game. Because in the Japanese version, which is of course the original, the Japanese is just standard modern Japanese. This is pseudo-Shakespearean text. Beautifully well done, and it fits so well. This is one of the most storied and celebrated localizations ever. It's well worth it. Damn, man, rein it in. Oh, I love this part. The Inquisition in the shadow in the background where you can't see them. It is beautifully well done. And more importantly, saves so much on graphics rendering. But watch this coming up. That is outstanding. This game is a masterpiece. What made this game work really well is this was done post Final Fantasy VIII. I think it was before Final Fantasy IX, I'm not sure. But of course, Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs, Final Fantasy VIII was 4, and I think 9 was 4 discs as well. This is one single disc. And all of these cutscenes are rendered using the in-game machine to save on memory and disk space. There is 2 sets of FMV. That intro we've just seen with the Mullenkamp dancer, well, she's actually Mullenkamp. And the end credits. That's it. That is all the FMV in the game. Outstandingly well. That was not seen. You didn't see it at the time. Cutscenes being done using in-game engine. A lot more standard now. But back then, what was almost a first for this game, this style of game, certainly on the PS1 that I saw. You went into a cutscene with your weapon, with one kind of weapon drawn. You either kept that weapon drawn, or you drew it during the cutscene, having sheathed it at the beginning. And it was exactly the weapon and the shield you had. Yeah, you don't even get that on Mass Effect now. All the Mass Effect games, it doesn't matter what you're armed with, you go into a cutscene with an assault rifle because that's the only thing the model's being modelled for, holding an assault rifle. It doesn't look like it if you've got a pistol like that, So, yeah, I mean, outstandingly well done. I could witter on about Vagrant Story for hours. So this is a queer game. Look, arseless chaps, you cannot tell me this is not queer coded, because it so is. And that would become a lot more obvious as we go through into the game. And here we go. Oh, the music as well. The music is... most of it is synthesizer, like this, and it's well done. It's well done. The end credits, which do not play right into the emulator, which is a shame. I've got them elsewhere on YouTube. I'll try and link them in onto this, but that line is iconic. I will hasten to add. Reinforcements? I am the reinforcements. And the TV Trope's laconic description for this game is a man in assless chaps gets... Oh, why did it do that? Continue. Fights zombies and gets intermittently distracted by item crafting. There's meant to be a way of skipping this. And I don't know how one skips it. Right, what is the... I need... That's tied to escape for some reason, and it really needs to be my start button. Hang on. And I don't know why it's playing like that. So I will have to do it on a quick restart because you can't reconfigure EPSX while it's running a game, which is a shame, but I can understand why. So let's have a look why the start button is not starting. I mean, So maybe now, or if it hasn't worked, I'll just have to quickly reboot it again. That reminds me, I need to set up the save state so I don't have to. Analog is on, and that is still taking me out of the... That's not good. It shouldn't be doing that, and I don't know why it is. Yeah, that's very strange. Yeah, I don't know why that's acting as the escape button. It shouldn't be. And I have to quickly look that up. EPSXE, EPSXE, start button acting as escape key. I probably should not be broadcasting my interwebs thing. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot Steam was doing that. Right. Go into big picture. I'll pop display capture back on. Hello. Right. Big picture. I was clicking on the wrong one. Heavens to Betsy. Whew, humid tonight. Oh, Steam. Do not play silly buggers with me tonight. I forgot Steam is kind of broken at the moment. I want to play Vagrant Story. Come on. I've only got like an hour left, if that. Yay. Chat web store. I don't know what's happened there. Controller settings. Switch that off. Switch that off. Okay then. Hopefully that will have sorted out the problem. We shall see. There we go. Right. I'm going to hit pop into a save state, and I'll have to remember this is a JRPG that wasn't, it had localization, but the controls weren't localized, so it is on the standard Japanese setting. Circle for accept, X to cancel, and I never remember those. It takes me a few hours to get back into that. I'm kind of wondering if I should restart it without that interruption. Do you know, I think I might go into reset on this. Right. So what I am going to do is I'm going to stop the stream and start it. And that's not going to work. Okay, right. Hello and welcome to Vagrant Story. I did a bit of talking about the game prior to this point, but having issues with the controller, so I'm going to do a complete restart, which will be easier. So as I mentioned before, this is one of the best JRPGs that's ever been released, that I've ever played, and I've played a fair few of them over the years. And this was done in 2000 by Squaresoft, Square Enix, now whatever is being called at any point in time. and it is classically brilliant. It has its eccentricities and its issues as well. It's a PS1 game that pushed the memories right to its limit, and it shows. But at the same time, it's got one of the most celebrated localizations around. The English in this, the way the language is used is outstanding. And in the original Japanese, it's just modern Japanese. Here, this is faux Shakespearean dialogue, which makes it a classic. It really stands out. The other thing which is weird is that it's got a whole intro. It lasts about 40 minutes, the intro. It's one of the longer intros I've ever seen, I have to say. But it's really easy to skip over the intro. So the first part of the intro is in fact the screensaver for the main menu. Hence the main menu not doing anything. And this, by the way, the reason why it's a square is because it's just because it's being run through an emulator. I can't remember the key to get it out to full screen. But anyway, unless I've really screwed this up, this should be the first part of the intro. First part of the intro. Obviously, this is a screensaver, so you can't press any keys to skip past the text. Not that you should need to, except when I'm in the way. Don't mind me, I'm just going to switch myself off. There we go, so you can see the text. Cool. Or I could make myself invisible. There you go. You should be able to see the text through me now. Cool. Now, this is a game that takes place within a deep political intrigue. You're essentially talking about a parliamentary democracy. That's a constitutional monarchy, as far as I remember. I think. I can't remember now. No, I don't think it's a constitutional monarchy anymore. I think it's just a parliamentary democracy, but it's run behind the scenes by the nobility. It's kept in check by the inquisitors, and it's also got an established religion, the church, which has a militant arm. Is it the Templars? No, not the Templars. I want to say, play this game so often you think I would remember what they're called. Crimson Blades. But yeah, the use of graphics in this is outstanding. So, one thing's noteworthy about Vagrant Story is that it's one hell of a lot of game packed into one hell of a small amount of space. It came on one CD. This is 2000. Final Fantasy 7 and 8 have already been released by this point. I can't remember if 9 had or not. I get a feeling it might have been, but probably maybe. I think FF9 came after this. I'm not sure. We're talking a while ago. Thing is, 7 was 3 discs, 8 was 4 CDs, 9 I think was 4 CDs. This is one single CD. And it does it with painted two-dimensional intro scenes like this. And everything apart from the intro video. And I think... No, just the intro video. The intro video is FMV. Everything else, all these cutscenes are rendered using the in-game engine. Something which I had never seen up to this point. And it made things very different. You had models that look the same in-game, in-scene and out-scene. You went into a scene with a weapon drawn, and you carry on having that exact weapon and shield combination drawn. It wasn't like Mass Effect Trilogy doesn't do that now, or Mass Effect Andromeda, but this game does. So it is exceptionally well done. As I said, the writing on this, I'm talking all the way through. Of course, there's no speech on this. But yeah. So, Carlo is an Inquisitor. He is basically... think medieval James Bond, but one hell of a lot better at the job. He's known as a risk breaker. His job is to go into tricky situations by himself and sort them out. The in-game, not the in-game, sorry, in-game, the actual manual for the game. This risk breaker's success missions are 33%, and risk breakers who fail die. Ashley is exceptional. He has succeeded in every mission he's gone on for. We must wait for reinforcements. Reinforcements? I am the reinforcements. That line is iconic. Right, now I can skip this in FMV, which is quite handy. I should be able to skip the FMV. I'm not focused on the screen, that's why. There we go. Focus the bloody game on the screen. That works a lot better. Right. So what was I saying before? Can't remember. The other thing, of course, is this, although the text was localized to English, nothing else was. The controls are your classic Japanese variant. So circle is select, X is cancel, as opposed to the other way around, which I'm used to. So it always takes a while to get back into that. So yes, this is now the rest of the intro. What is beautiful about this, well, this is a long intro. I'll tell you that now. We might not even get to any... Well, the intro has gameplay in it, and it's kind of a combi tutorial and introduction to the storyline. It gives you the setting of what's happening and how you get to the main play area. What it doesn't do is give you any unlocked skills. In fact, you're going to be played quite a way into the game before you get those. Well, not a huge way, not compared to the rest of the game, but yeah, you will be past your first boss before you start unlocking your skills. That's actually an integral part of the storyline. Now, I mentioned it before on the previous cast. I don't think I mentioned on this one. This is a game that is beautifully queer coded. I mean, it is about as explicit as Square got at the time. And Square noted for doing queer characters, but always under the table. This was a lot more explicit without ever quite mentioning it, but... Oh, I think I can press circle to get past the speech on this. So I don't need to, I'll carry on talking. So you'll notice our hero, Ashley, really loaded, assless chaps, and a chainmail bikini. You will notice our friend on the left there. Definitely an otter type. You will notice the main antagonist, and I'm going to put that in quotes because he's a antagonist. Very chunky. And then his sidekick, Harden, is, well, somewhat berry. And yes, well, you'll also notice that half the cast is running around in half the clothes they should be wearing, that covers half the area skin they should be wearing, and just about everything has a heavy BDSM theme, apart from knights who are at least properly armoured. But, you know, bless the guy who wrote this, he is, from the get-go, he was very open. He is into butts and bondage, and he loves this, and it comes through the game. It is beautifully, sorry, I'm using the entirely wrong side for that. Beautifully well done. I love it. Sorry, I'm so old that I still cannot wrap my head around the fucking white supremacist knit. Which I shorthand. Fuck him. Anyway. So the previous intro, you could not press a button. You could not press a button, it would skip it because it was a screensaver. This, you now move through text using your circle button. So, but I read fairly quickly, so I'll have to remember to slow it down. problem with this is it caught me the first couple of times I played this. It's that you'll get to a section where the circle won't skip through the text. It's a black screen with text on it, and the text doesn't appear to move. It's up there on the screen for a long time, so you think you have to press the start button to continue. You're not. You're only about halfway through the intro, and it skips the rest of the intro. It's a weird game like that. It doesn't give you any clue that you should not be doing things sometimes. But, you know, part of its charm is finding out what you missed. And by the way, just look at those graphics. Look at pseudo-particle effects. And that's from an in-game engine. It's so well done. And even the texturing, I mean, this is really a game. 3D modelling had only been around for 3-4 years on the PS1 at this point, I think. Slightly older. So texturing is a bit rough, but you can see he's got an earring, the rapier, the armour, his stance. It's really, really well done. The texture on the walls, the windows, lighting. Basically, there is no active lighting in this game. It's been drawn into the texture. Because there's not even baking, I believe, at this point. It's not like now. If I wanted, I could whip up something like this on Unity 3D, bake the lights in. I just don't think that was happening at the time, so... And hello, yes, to whoever's just joined me. I am going to be talking a lot through this game, up until the point where I need to concentrate, because I love this game and I could talk about it for a very, very long time. And you can see the cut in the wood there, where that object is to break. And again, that was new at the time, really, you know, because it's in-game engine rendering. Stunning, you know, game from 2000, February 2000. That is Harden. He doesn't have a beard, so he's not as beary as I remember. I seem to remember being more bare, if I'm honest. I mean, he's still got, you know, a bit of the bear about him. It's not as much as I remember. You'll also notice a lack of female characters in this game, and that is actually a fairly deliberate design choice. There are female characters in there, and the original idea for the game was that it would be two-player characters, Ashley and Carla Mellows, who we met during the intro. There wasn't enough memory on the PS1 to allow that to happen, which is a real shame, because Carla would have had a much bigger role. But otherwise, this is a game written by a gay guy, very, very openly into butts and BDSM, and it comes through in the design elements. This is, I say queer coded, it's fairly open. You know, it's homoerotic and bondage gear of half the cast are wearing, with a lot of queer subtext to it. So, yeah. And sometimes not even subtext, it's just plain text. A lot of plain text. I do it like that, and of course my hands go the wrong way. I can't, maybe not, it isn't. Now watch this object which you think is pasted on, and it isn't. It's a separate object to that wagon. How good is that for 2000? For an in-game engine that is rendering a pre-planned cutscene in real time. So, welcome to combat. So, basically combat in Vagrant story, health, magic, Not that you're going to be using magic, so you don't worry about that. Risk. Risk is the big thing in this game. Down here, you tap your circle to bring up your sphere. That's your targeting sphere. Anything inside that sphere you can hit. Opponents are broken up into components, most of them, not everyone. Components have a chance to hit, that's on the right hand side, your percentage, the amount of damage you'll do when you hit. Underneath your target, it's a single target, you're using an edged weapon that has a physical attribute and your target is a human. As you can see, 96% chance to hit, 91, 87, 100, 100. I can go over his body, guaranteed to hit 54 points of damage-ish. And looking through it, the only other one would be 56 points. The extra 2 points isn't worth it, so go for your body. The type of weapon you've got equipped increases or decreases the size of that green sphere depending on the range of the weapon. And this is where risk comes in. The bigger the weapon, the more risk it takes to use it. Risk is essentially how much you're willing to take your character off balance in a constant series of attacks. And the higher your risk, the harder it is for you to hit if you miss on the chain, and chains won't come in yet, but eventually you'll start chaining attacks. And when you miss on a chain and you then go into attack, if your risk is too high, you can't hit. But the higher your risk goes, the more damage you do. But it also means the easier it is to be hit. That's why risk is essentially your balance in the game. And that really starts to come into play, especially against bosses. But as I said, that's further down the line. So, let's go into combat. Oh, and yes, because game pauses, and you can just rotate to see exactly where things are placed in the game. And they're going to tag team me now. And I'm basically going to use that to try and drag them out. And do notice he's just slightly outside my sphere, so not all his targeting options came up now. And technically, they could kill you. They'd be a long time beating you to death, but they could kill you in this intro tutorial. Splonk. Splodonkel. And look, the body stayed behind. This is important for later on in the game. Oh yeah, Ashley's weapons occupy hammer space. And look at that ass. It Ashley's charts in a chainmail PQ. You cannot tell me this game is not queer coded. Of course it is. And look at that. This room is used twice in the game. And look at the detail that went into it. You know? The light, as I said, I'm fairly certain the light is hand drawn into those textures. But I don't completely draw. Well, no, digitally drawn in. Yeah, this is a cracking game, this is. And this is how risk breakers do their job. They fight when they need to fight. They prefer stealth. Sadly for Ashley, this is not how it is actually going to work out. Basically, risk breakers are actually risk managers. They do the job by managing risk. As the successful ones who can manage risk properly get back from missions. You push your risk too hard, you take your chances, you die. By the way, welcome to the Twink. Sydney Lost-Rat, topless, with a very low-slung pair of trousers and a butt cape. God bless the butt cape. And yes, there really was a crossbow called a bowgun. I didn't know that until I looked it up a few years after playing this game, and yeah, there really was a crossbow called a bowgun. And this is why they're called risk breakers. They're not so stupid as to get close to an enemy when they've got a ranged weapon. Nice. They're also not stupid. You had your chance, you didn't take it, boom, you're dead. Of course, in this game, that doesn't take. But for actually up to now, this is a policy decision that works, I suppose you could call it. Can you hear that? I mean, well, of course you can't hear the music, but just how well it's done. This is synthesizer. You know, almost all of it's synthesizer until you get to the orchestral score or at the end. It's just brilliantly well done. And if you're also thinking that this is a very small team that worked on this, you would be right. Square didn't consider this game to be a winner, and in fact it is very culty. It didn't sell hugely well compared to the Final Fantasy series, but you know, so well done. So fair play to Ashley here. He's seen two things from fairy tales. Somebody's come back from the dead, and a wyvern. And is he obviously perturbed by this? No. So you've had your tutorial practicing against humans. Now you're going up against the beastie. Although thankfully for you, this wyvern has already seen the fortunes of war, hence all these sticky bits sticking out of it. And you notice now, look at the damage differentials here. All 100%, so you're going to hit this beast, because you're so heavily wounded you can't miss. But look how much, the difference in damage you're doing, and compared to the damage you're doing the humans, this is half the damage at best. And you're looking at a third to a quarter of the damage for most other areas of the body. And this is where your target acquisition comes in. If this was a normal wyvern or even a dragon, your next your best bet for higher damage. It's also the hardest part of the dragon to hit. As I said, you can't miss on this guy. He's so heavily wounded. It's a gimme, but it's teaching you the concept that you have to pick your targets. And you can even try and move around to get his tail, or her tail actually. I'm almost certain this is a female wyvern. And yeah, you can still scroll down to have a look, which is a nice touch. And notice how the bodies of the humans stayed round? These ones don't. And there's a reason for that, which will get explained in game. Not just a chainmail bikini, but chainmail chest armor. Which, interestingly enough, does cover the important bits, so it's not too bad. And look at this. Watch what's about to come past the window. And the music, by the way. Look at that. I mean, and the lens flare. That is how you do lens flare. Perfect. Perfectly well done. I've got to start learning to do that as that. I am so sorry. It is annoying to lose that sign as. I'll have to chef kiss it from now on. And the thing is, I've been doing that as a sign for perfect. It is brilliant. It's been okay, but obviously the fingers extended. So to lose over the past couple of years has been, or the past few years, is just, punch an artsy. I'd be doing fucking worse to them. Trust me. Welcome to the other players of this game. Yes. Leomond or Leomond. I've never been entirely sure how it's pronounced. You can actually hear his fingers tapping. How good is that? And lightning as well. It is so well done. Oh look! I won't give it away by telling you his name, but lip sync on that side, obviously. I just need to make sure, bring this back up, so make sure that my sound is working fine. And then I need to I just need to make sure that the sound is working properly. That's all. The music in this game is so beautifully well done. I tell a lie about being all crystal piece only at the end. I think this is as well, because it is in fact taken from the end. This bit, however, is back onto synthesizer again. And for those who know their Latin, spot the joke. So we are 31 minutes into the stream and we are still not through the intro. I wasn't lying when I said this is one of the longer intros to any game I've ever played. In fact, it is the longest intro to any game I've ever played. Can't speak for others. And that's not a well, it's a cellar. Look at the cathedral in the background and the city. Yeah, just... Yeah, Ashley's got himself a right sense of humour. Oh, look at that. Look at the effort they made to do what is basically, it's there for one scene. Until I think it's used towards the end, but only a tiny part of it's used towards the end. I kind of don't remember that well. I've seen the end so many times that, no, kind of forget it after a while. So ridiculous as that sound, when you see something so many times, you stop seeing it after a while. It's weird to see punctuation inside a speech bubble. I'm not used to seeing that. This Sydney fellow. It's the details like that, hearing the lamp, seeing the light, just the crack, yeah. Yeah, but which god? And this is where Calomello's meets a very unexpected Sydney from nowhere. That smile. Pie. jumping is a little floaty in this game. It was one of the things that wasn't done well. Welcome to the first of chest. And that is not how you open a chest. It's the X to open a chest. Cool. And chest will take everything, so welcome to your first set of equipment. And now you're going to learn about equipment. So, Ashley currently has a sword equipped. Oh, yes, of course, sorry, I forgot. That's the start button basically puts you into a free view form, which pauses the game, so you can view monsters as well like this. And have a look around, and it's just a marvel to watch, to look at some rooms, to be honest. But, items. So, if we look at the left-hand side of the screen, currently equipped is a scimitar, given the name Fandango. Will you do the Fandango? All the given weapons in this game have a theme to their names. If you don't know what they are, I will leave you guess it. They're tricky, actually. They're not what you... some of them are more obvious than others and will give away the whole theming scheme, naming theme scheme. Oh, I can't bloody speak. Whole theme scheme for the names. But anyway, so left hand side. Basically, this is how good this weapon is against all the different classes of enemy. Human, beast, undead, phantom, dragon, evil. As you can tell, it's not good against anything, but I have used it against both humans and beasts, so I'm going to keep this scimitar for beating up humans. Its affinity is it's a physical weapon. It's not good with any element type. And its actual type is it's an edged weapon. The right hand side of the screen, the name of the weapon. This is a scimitar named the Fandango. As the B in the top right hand corner means it is a bronze weapon. Oh yeah, and left hand side, DP is damage points. That's how much durability points. So that's how much durability your weapon has got. Durability goes down. When it hits 0, your weapon does very decreased amounts of damage. On the right are phantom points. As phantom points go up, and you get phantom points for basically hitting things, although it does decrease if you've got your weapon out and you're not hitting things, so you've got to keep an eye on that. But phantom points, as phantom points increase, you do more and more damage. So it's a trade-off. Durability, phantom points. When you reach workshops where you craft and repair items, you trade in phantom points to store the durability on your weapons. So it's an interesting one. But anyway, so that's one of them. This is going to be my beast killing weapon. As you can see, there's no differences in affinity. Durability, phantom points, because I haven't used this weapon yet, I just got it. But class, it's all the same. Affinity, basically identical, slight difference on Earth. And then type, this is an edged weapon, but only just. It is an edged weapon because it's an edged weapon, but the hilt that's on it is designed for a blunt weapon. So at some point I'll have to dismantle it and remantle it properly. Okay, bottom right hand side. I don't know what ORG stands for. I think that means it meant to mean the original start of the equipment. On the right hand side, like that column is what is your stats when you've got that weapon equipped. So the scimitar gives me a range of 3, but I've got it equipped. That combined with my arm length gives me a range of 10. It increases my risk by 1 every time I do a basic attack. Its attack strength is 10 points, so I attack with a strength of 110 when I use it. Attack intelligence is 1, so I attack with an intelligence of 102 when I use it. And it brings my agility down by 4 points. Agility is used for the odds of hitting an opponent or dodging an opponent's attack. Strength is used in terms of any sort of attack with a weapon. The higher your strength, the more damage you'll do. If it's armor, the higher your strength, the more protection it offers. Intelligence is for magic. As I said, we don't have magic at the moment. As you can see, the axe does slightly less damage and is slightly more harmful to my agility. But the reason I'm going to have it equipped is because I want one weapon for humans, one weapon for beasts. And what will happen is, as you use your weapon against different types, This weapon will learn. It is a vampire. These all are vampiric weapons. As long as they're in Layer Monde, hitting things increases the phantom points, basically the soul of the weapon, and the weapon learns. If you use it against humans, it learns how to attack humans better than anything else. Use this against beasts, it learns how to... Yeah, you get the idea. So let's equip it. And we'll wait for the emulator to come up, because I did have that paused for quite a while. There we go. Shield. So, quick rundown. Class, affinity, type. You can see it doesn't have any of them at the moment, because I'm on none. Haha. Let's put it onto there. So, no class, affinity, physical, but very strong against fire and earth as well. Well, I say very strong, relatively speaking. And it is a blunt weapon, although in this case, this is used to defense, so it's good at defending against blunt attacks, but otherwise. And you see at the bottom now, defense strength, so I'll have a defense score of 106 by equipping this. Well, because I've got the axe attacked when I attack, my strength is 109. When I now defend, its strength is 106. Intelligence, it's pretty good at defending against magic, so 110 points altogether. And this will drop my agility by 1 point. And it's made out of wood, and it's up there. And these are just your basic, my starting off equipment. Bandages are good against magic, but not a lot else. This is slightly better against physical damage, but you know. And this is a necklace, called an accessory. This gives me a boost against undead and evil. Used to be owned by somebody named Tia, who I happen to know who that is compared, in game. Boosts both light and physical damage, and it doesn't have a type. And it boosts your intelligence by 1 point. But anyway, yes, and setup is for when you're actually crafting weapons and whatever, and you want to insert gems into weapons. So saving the game is, I use save states, boom, when I remember. But you obviously save game using data, save, memcard 1. And I've got old save games on here from the last time I played this. Oh no, I don't. Very interesting. Okay, but we'll save over it now. I thought I did. I'll have to check to make sure that the saves don't disappear. And there we go. This was interesting. Final Fantasy used 1 save slot on a memory card. This game uses 3, hence the long save time on it. And here we go. Time to kill a bat. And I can't hear another bat, so... Okay, the other thing this game loves to do is your block puzzles. It is pretty much the grandfather of the block puzzle. It's beautiful. Isn't quite... I tell a lie, I remember block puzzle games being on, like the Spec and whatever, but this is into like an art form. Oh yeah, and we're past intro now. Intro is about 35 minutes long. We're whatever, 6-7 minutes into the game now. 8 minutes, I tell a lie. So do you remember how I walked into this room with my shield and axe drawn? Bugged it if I know. Oh no, this is the wrong scene. I tell her, so we don't have to worry about the weapon. Let's put the weapon away before it drains items. And I know what's coming up, so I'm going to prep my scimitar. You wear a naivete like a crest, brother. Surely the maesters know this grimoire. Mayhaps we've just been kept in the dark. We've just been in the dark, eh? To drop. I'm sorry, whoever wrote this has such a masterful use of the tongue. It is brilliant. And if you notice, these guys also liked a bit of targeting me. But you can actually use that against them. Basically use their jumping mechanic to take them out of their attack patterns. Which is nice, because it allows you to focus down and basically beat them down one at a time. Which is what you're looking to do when you on your basic attacks like this. But you can see my risk is slowly increasing as I attack. And there we go. Bagger, Mr. Stone. And as I do know what's coming up into the next room, I think. I sometimes get this wrong. Bring on the bat. I think there's a hound in here. Yeah, there it is. And these are two-hit jobbies at the beginning of the game. Eventually, you can punch them to death with one hit, but not on your first playthrough. Right. I'm trying to remember. Okay, right. I'm going to trigger this off deliberately. There are, in this game, traps. And they can do a significant amount of damage. Actually, where's that bound to? Items. Hence, your cure items. Let's keep the weapon out. Nice one, Sydney. So this is one of the things that is sort of a fan, base breaker. You are going to be spending a lot of time in this menu, swapping between weapons, sometimes actually within a fight. It's all very well and good trading a weapon up on a enemy, but what happens if that enemy happens to be immune to edged weapons, And you'll notice as you go through the game that these guys are wearing metal armor. The metal armor they're wearing happens to be pretty vulnerable to edge, so I get a feeling it's mostly leather. Later on in the game, you need to start looking at your blunt and your piercing weapons to take these guys down. So, yeah, it is really well done. And the reason he's backing away is his mate's on the other side of that divide, and he thinks he's going to get back up, but he can't. And those 3 dots are basically the enemy working out his next move. That's the AI informing you that it's worked out that the other guy can't attack me, so this one's about to take his attack now. Ooh. I don't think I can jump that high, actually. Oh, yes, I can. Ow. And that was a critical hit. I don't know why I keep pressing that button. After a while, you think I'd learn, but I never do. Oh, it's a triangle, isn't it? My inventory is already looking a bit untidy. So we'll sort it and re-equip. And you can see what I mean now by the cutscene, because it's rendered in game using the engine. The equipment and armour you got, that is what you'll walk into the room and the cutscene with. Beautifully done for the time. Gotta love it. And there's another bat over there. You can see the shard on the floor. Well, that's what you're looking at to work out when to spring up those green circles. You've really got to keep an eye on the scene and everything that's going on. That padding is a hound behind the thing. The wolf, I think it is. Oh yeah, health regen. When your weapon is unsheathed, your health regen is pitifully slow. When it's sheathed, it's slightly faster, but it's still slow. It's a game where you don't want to take damage if you can help it. And if you do, you need to start looking at your items and your magic, because you could stand there for like 5 minutes waiting to regen. But why? But on the other hand, you've got to manage your inventory, your items. You are only going to get so much of stuff, you know? And now you're going to find out why you got this look function. It allows you to look around for chests without needing to aimlessly run around. And I know there should be one in this room, so it's probably hidden behind this coffin. And there it is. What do we have? Crossbow, very nice. Reinforced glove. View takes down my risk by 25 points, which you think lower level item risk becomes a very important part of this game. And there's nothing else in here. Very nice. So we'll equip the glove if I can press the right bloody button. Any more squeakies? No, so we're clear of bats. Dude, that's not going to work. Maybe not actually. Hang on, let's have a look. Nah. Damn, that was a crit. And if you look at the map in the corner, that is a locked door. Bit of a subtle clue there. You just need a way up there. Welcome to Destruct the Crate. What is beautifully stark about as well is that Learmonde is basically orange or browns or dark blues. So suddenly this vibrancy of colour, it really comes out of nowhere. And it's really stark. It's beautifully well done, the differences. Nice. So 52 minutes, or it's 8 minutes, chuntering along somewhere. 52 minutes playtime, it says. Mind you, the playtime doesn't include the first intro sequence, which is the screensaver. So yeah, probably playtime a bit longer than that. So yeah, I'd say probably 58, 59 minutes playtime. Welcome to Boss the First. No, the Wyvern doesn't count. Ow. Okay, let's head it. Jeez, this guy hits hard. I can see how much my odds of hitting start going down as my risk increases. Even with just 3 points of risk, I'm down 1% already. See the chest up on the top left? You'll have to remember about that. So okay, this is one of only 2 ways you will ever level your stats in this game. There's no XP. You want to level your stats, you kill the bosses. Or you find wine. One of the two. But basically, yeah, this is how they limit your stat increase. Oh, 4 points of HP, not too bad. I would have preferred strength, but... So that's the signal that'll unlock the door in the chamber. And I've got 2 grimoires here. A spell that will heal me, and a spell that will decrease my target's strength. Both very useful. And a better shield. I mean, not much better, but this is a game of very tidy numbers, so... Plink, 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 plink. And notice the necklace? Oh, yeah. And watch this cutscene closely. Did you see the crossbow boat go past? Oh, engine stuck a little. Welcome to the power of the dark. And then we've now got a new thing, battle abilities. Yay! I think actually I have those two the other way around. And now notice the training dummy. This would, if I had my scimitar equipped and I can't be bothered, I could use my scimitar on that to train the scimitar up, so it becomes more effective at attacking humans. But I won't, because screw it. I'm basically going to stop the stream here. I started later than I wanted to, so I can't play as much as I was looking to play tonight. I was hoping to do 2 hours. I've got 1, but I'll have more time tomorrow hopefully, so I'll be on then. I got like an ECG in the afternoon, vocal therapy, but after that I should be free and clear. So let us hit the save state, and we shall exit, and we shall see people tomorrow.